in the first part of the interview, I want you to talk about your hobbies. What do you do in order to entertain yourself?
Okay, as a matter of fact, most of the time I'm playing the piano. Because of the fact, one of the most interesting hobbies that I have is playing an instrument, and I really enjoy it because
Are you a professional pianist?
I cannot say that I'm a professional pianist, but I'm playing the piano since when I was a child.
Do you play any other instrument?
A little bit guitar.
Guitar?
Yeah, guitar.
Great. So we are almost about to experience the first, let's say, the academic year is all about to start. So are you ready for your university courses or?
Yes,
something?
I am completely ready because of the fact my major is application development, which I have some experiences in that major in advance. And I think I can gain my knowledge in university, and I think it's a good opportunity for me to have a good profession in the future.
Sure. And what about your studying preferences? Do you prefer to study, let's say, in group, all alone, in the library, at home, and talk about your studying preferences?
As a matter of fact, I would rather to study alone because I can focus on what I'm learning or what I'm studying. Otherwise, I cannot be focused, and it could be a problem for me to understand many things.
And what do you do to refresh your mind? For example, when you study for a while, do you study continuously, for example, for so much time, or you just in the middle try to have some refreshments?
As a matter of fact, in the middle, I will try to have some refreshments, such as watching a video or listening to music, and maybe sometimes try to do physical exercises if I have enough time.
Great. And do you think that it's going to take a lot of your time when you just start your academic year?
Of course, in comparison to my situation right now, that I have many free time, much free time, let's say, yes, it will take my time. However, I think it's good because I want to have a plan for my life, and I don't like to be free almost every day. Every days, and I really like to study and learn new things because it is a very good opportunity in my life, and it's a new stage of my life.
Great. All right, thank you very much, and I wish
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I would like to talk about an occasion, very common occasion in our, let's say, country, which is called Nowruz. And I really like this ceremony, and that actually we call it Eid Nowruz in Persian. I really like it because of the fact it is the only time and the only, let's say, period of time that all of families, all of Iranian families will gather together as a close-knit family, let's say, and they will try to have some fun and enjoy their life and their lives for almost 13 days. That's have holidays, And as far as I know, all of Iranians will celebrate this Eid, as I said, Nowruz, in every countries over the world. And I really like that because it causes people to gather together and speak with each other, communicate with each other. As far as I know, nowadays people do not like to communicate with each other, and I think it's a critical problem for our situation. However, Nowruz is a cultural, our cultural ceremony, and I really like it. But I don't know about the origin of that. Maybe it has a history of more than 1,000 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. And as a matter of fact, its history goes back or dates back to over 2,000 years.
2,000.
2,500 years from Jamshid, the king of Iran. Yet, do you think it is important for the people of each country or nation to preserve their cultures and traditions, or do you think that it's not that important, so it's better to focus on, for example, scientific and technical issues?
I personally think that it is important for any countries or the people of any countries to preserve their culture for the future. And actually, although focusing on, let's say, science and technology is very important, keeping culture of every country is also is important for the future.
Mm-hmm. And what about respecting the cultures of other nations? Do you think it is a must?
Yes, it is essential to do respect to other cultures, other customs also, let's say.
Some people believe that in close future or even far future, people would be so, let's say, immersed in technology and science that they would just forget about culture. And we have a term as it is called acculturation. It means that cultures will be resolved completely or even actually partially. You already talked about that, but I wonder, do you, if you really think that this phenomenon will happen in future? For example, people would be so deeply into technology and science, and they would just forget about their cultures, and they would try to, for example, improve or make improvements. So, what do you have to say?
Yeah, from that point of view, I agree with you and with those who believe that people in the future forgot about the culture and something like that. And yes, however, we should make every effort in order to prevent that from happening. Prevents that situation from happening, because as I mentioned before, it is very essential for every countries to let's say to save and have its culture for the future, and for juveniles of that country it is also it should be important. But as you mentioned, technology, modern technology and science actually will be considered more important than culture.
What about language? Some people believe that language is a part of the culture system or cultural system of any nation. Do you think that these days we have around 4,000 languages, different languages, but it is believed that in future the number of languages will drop. So do you think that we will experience that phenomenon?
Actually, although I'm not an expert in this issue, I think yes, because nowadays most of people are trying to learn the English language and as an international language, which is very important for everyone who wants to study abroad and go abroad. Yes, I agree, and I believe that the number of languages will decrease in the future.
Right. Thank you very much for this.
Thank you so much.
Conversation, lovely conversation. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too.